It's Monday. I gotta do a random action figure review. Who should I do? The arcade's empty. Well, hello, Prune. What's that? You want to be the action figure review for this Monday? Sure, why not? Welcome back to the Junkman, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with a whole new video, and it's Monday. So what does that mean? That means I didn't get lazy, and we're going to do a random action figure review. Star Wars vintage action figure review, that is. I know, missed it last Monday, got lazy. Sorry about that. Who we're going to talk about today? Well, you saw it in the opening of the intro, and the thumbnail, and the title, and everything else, so it's no surprise. We're going to talk about this guy. Prune Face, the pruniest prune of them all. Now, before I get started, I'm going to point out what some people tell me. This is an alien figure. Well, it is an alien. Some people tell me this is a figure seen in Jabba's palace. But no, this is a rebel. He fights with a rebel. He's seen on Endor. He's seen in the briefing room before heading to Endor in Return of the Jedi. He's a good guy. We can see the back of him getting onto the shuttle before heading to Endor. The moon of Endor, that is. So, he's not one of Jabba's guards. I know a lot of kids back in the 80s would play with him as one of Jabba's bounty hunters or creepy guys that hung out at Jabba's palace. But again, he's a rebel. He's a hero like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo. Yep, so let's talk about Prune Face. First, he was released on the Return of the Jedi card. Really no surprise there. And after that, he crossed over to, you guessed it, Tri-Logo card. But he never made it to the Power of the Force card. Sorry, little guy. But overall, it's a very good looking figure, and his cloak is very well done. See his cloak? Let me hold it up here so you can see it. It's much better than the Luke Jedi cloak that really hides Luke's face. Doesn't really fit Luke Jedi good. I don't know why they didn't take this design for the cloak and move it over to the Luke Jedi. This one's a lot better. The unique thing about this one here is, well, not this one here, but Prune Face is his gun. As you can see here, it's totally different than any other Star Wars gun. If you saw this laying in a pile of weapons, you would probably think this was from G.I. Joe or something. But as you can see here, nope, it's Prune Faces Gun. It looks like a military gun from World War II or something. But the problem with this one is he doesn't really hold the gun really good. Now, he will hold it like this for display, like he's carrying around with it. But to get it in his hand, let's take that off for a second. It's really hard. Now, I always thought he kind of looked like the Elephant Man. Remember the Elephant Man? I don't know about you, but back in the 80s, if I was at home and it was late at night, especially my parents were in the bed, about 2 o'clock in the morning, if I saw any documentary or any footage of the Elephant Man, I was terrified for the rest of the night. Now, I'm not saying that's right. I know he's a real guy and everything, but ooh. I remember I would see clips from the movie a lot on TV or a documentary where it would just show his pictures, and I'd be terrified all night. Ugh. That and The Exorcist is the two things that scared me the most as a kid. A documentary about Elephant Man and, of course, The Exorcist. But let's get back to what looks kind of like the Elephant Man. Look at that. If the Elephant Man was alive today, he probably could have sued Kenner and Lucasfilm. But this is Prune Face. He looks a really odd without his cape on. You can, or cloak if you want to call it. Cape, cloak, same thing. Well, really, it's not the same thing, but you know what I'm saying. He's got some cargo pants on here. You can see here. I know a lot of middle-aged dads that wear cargo pants like this, just a lot of different color. He's got a lot of pockets here to put a lot of good stuff, and as you can see up here, he has an eye patch. Now, here's the thing you don't know about Prune Face here. He doesn't. The reason he has this eye patch is because the patch is so tight around his head back here that it causes his eye to pop out. So he wears the eye patch so his eye doesn't pop out. But people could say, well, why wear the eye patch at all if you're just gonna, if the eye patch is causing the eye to pop out? It really doesn't make any sense. But that's him right there. That's Prune Face. Look at that. Prune Face, Prune Face, Prune Face, Prune Face. I'm sure he got picked on a lot in high school, or at least middle school, in the playground, elementary school. You know this guy got picked on a lot. I mean, look at him. He's one ugly character, that's for sure. And let's go back to the cloak here. And as you can see, this is what it looks like without a figure in it. Nothing special there. So let's put the cloak back on him again. I don't know why they didn't do the Luke Jedi cloak like this. I should have brought the Luke Jedi cloak over so I could show you what I'm talking about, but I didn't, so you just have to deal with it. But let's put the gun in his hand again. I sit here for this video try to get him to hold the gun like a real gun and never could. It is not. Let me see if I can. I don't want to force it too much. I don't want to bend it. So you almost have to have him displayed like this. I'm sure if I sit here and mess with it and fault with it, I could get him to hold the gun, but really it's not really designed. I think this is how he's designed to hold the gun. I'll let you see the back of him right here. But that's a look at Prune Face. Again, released on the Return of the Jedi card and the Tri-Logo card. He was never released on Power of the Force card. And, contrary to popular belief, this guy is a rebel. He's not part of Jabba's guards or Jabba's palace. You think if Luke and Han and them was coming in to rescue Luke Skywalker, I can't even talk today. You would think if the heroes were coming in to rescue Han Solo, and they had a guy like this on their team, that looks like he fits in with Jabba's palace. Wouldn't you send him in undercover? I mean, he looks a lot more like somebody that would be there than Lando. I don't know. That's just how I would run the rescue operation if I had it. But maybe he was too important to risk losing in the fight against the Empire. Anyway, that's a look at Prune Face in our random action figure Monday review. It's about time we got to tell you, Prune. I really like this figure. It looks good with the cloak. Looks good with the gun, and like I said, it's a good looking figure. Again, I don't know why the Luke cloak didn't look more like this one here. It would have looked better. And he stands up really good. Look at that. You stand up really good. Did you ever think he was part of Jabba's palace scene and not a rebel? A lot of people did. Anyway, when you engage with this video, when you comment, thumbs up and all that, it just helps YouTube tell you, hey, you like this guy's content, let's give him more. So it helps out a lot. But if you want to help out another way, as always, go to that patreon.com. Up there, link in the description below. Man, I cannot talk. And if you want to support another way, that junkman.com. In fact, we got a brand new shirt I'm going to premiere for you right here. Look at this one. Everybody loved the Bounty Hunter shirt, so there we go. The Alien Jabba Palace shirt. Sorry, you don't get on that shirt because you're not part of the Jabba Palace. You're a rebel. Don't forget that. Don't let anyone tell you differently. That's a nice shirt right there. I know a lot of people love the Bounty Hunter vintage shirt, so I'm hoping a lot of people will like this shirt also. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. Be back Monday with another random review and some more videos throughout the week. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.